Hey everybody, and welcome back to my channel. Alright, so Joe Michaels, the baking author, obviously, that's why you're here. Today we are going to do Steve Watkins's goulash. And I have his recipe over here, so we're going to give it a quick read, and then here's my pot. And I will bring you over here and show you all the ingredients in just a second. Let's read our recipe. Alright, it says 1.5 pounds of ground beef. I actually have 2, because he says you can also throw in some shredded chicken if you want. He's very loosey-goosey with this recipe, which I appreciate because I rarely measure anything. So here we go. A large onion diced, 2 bell peppers thinly sliced, 2 whole banana peppers or peppers of your choosing, whole. Mine will be poblanos, and I will be cutting them in half because they are so big. 1 quart of spicy V8, 2 cups of elbow macaroni or rice, 1 small can of green chilies, and I did not have a small can of green chilies. I could not find them, so rotel it shall be. I also 86'd one of the tomatoes because there are tomatoes in here. So, 1 can of sliced water chestnuts. You know, I usually have those on hand and thought that I did, and I don't, so my bad. They're not going in. They would have given it a lovely crunch. I think this would really be good with some avocado sliced over top, too. We'll get to that in a minute. So 2 tomatoes sliced, 1 small jar of salsa, 1 can of chicken stock. Since I don't do cans, I have a container. I'll use about half of it. 1 can of black beans, salt, pepper, garlic powder, cumin, and Worcestershire sauce. So I have all that. And we are going to get to cooking. Hope you're as excited as I am. I'm going to bring you over and show you all this awesome stuff. Okay, I have my 1 cup measuring cup to measure the elbow macaroni. Chicken broth. This is a meat chopper. It makes your ground beef nice and finely chopped. I will link it down below to Amazon. Black pepper, coarse ground black pepper, garlic powder, salt. Where'd my cumin go? I had it out a second ago. Let me see. Here it is. Okay. Cumin. Spicy V8. I ended up getting 2 quarts because they didn't have the 1 quart. I have, this is the salsa I'm going to use. I just got some regular ground beef, of course my rotel, black beans, onion, tomato, poblano peppers, bell peppers, and of course the pasta. So, here we go. Okay, let's rock this joint. I'm going to put this on medium. I'm going to use my kitchen scissors to open the ground beef, because that's how I roll. It just makes life easier if you have the right tool for the job. Plop that out. Ta-da! Throw that over there. I will get it in a few minutes. This is going to make a lot of goulash. Alright, ground beef rolls in pan. Okay, let me grab a garbage bowl. Because my trash can is way over there, and I only want to make 1 trip. Garbage. Alright. It says to brown the onion . If you see me using my knife incorrectly, please correct me. I could probably do this here so you can see. It does make it harder to get things into the sink from here, but that's okay. I have a garbage disposer. So I just chuck everything over there and grind it all up when I'm done. You can hear that beef sizzling. This is about as big as my onions get, so large. Just dicing it. It didn't say finely diced, so I'm assuming a rough chop is fine, or a rough dice. Alright, there we have the onion. My beef chopper. I have my heat on medium. And he says to throw some salt and pepper in here. I'm just going to kind of guess because there are no measurements of anything. I'm guessing that means it's to taste. So, oops. That's got to be washed now. Alright, so I have just some iodized salt. And I'm probably putting 2 teaspoons. I have some coarse ground black pepper. And I'm putting about a teaspoon. Chop this up a little bit, and then I will toss my onion in here. And it says nothing about straining the ground beef or anything, so I'm leaving it just like it is. Oh, I got my scraper already. Whoopsie. This is from Pampered Chef. I love it. Stops me from scraping things off with my knife, you know, because klutz. So, onions in. Now this chopper doesn't really cut the onions up, it just separates the ground beef as it cooks. It would be helpful if I had 2 cameras, then I could show you what's going on in the pot and what's going on here. But I'm just browning it off, like just cooking it through. Okay. Then we thinly slice some bell peppers. Just taking the insides out. There's 2 ways to clean a bell pepper. You can either cut it in half and jerk the insides out with your fingers, or you can cut the top like so, and then run your knife around the membrane and pop it out. Of course, you still have to cut it in half. So, I hope these are thin enough. Not really sure how thin, but we're gonna go with it. They're about like that. So, thinly sliced. That's the bloom end of the pepper. We'll just move that out of the way. I'm not a chef. I am a home cook. So, you're probably going to see me make a lot of mistakes with my knife. You're probably going to see me cut my fingers at least once because I'm not trained. Probably should not have given me this large of a knife, but it is what it is. That looks kind of gross. I'm throwing that away. Is there an easier way to do this? Probably. But like I said, never really been taught. My mom wasn't a master chef. She was a home cook. This is what I learned. Fixing to mix up my meat again. Sorry, my meat and onions. Just kind of banging around. It's almost done and it's actually breaking up very nicely. This thing is great for taco meat because it doesn't give you those big chunks that don't you know, fit down in your shell or make it break when you bite into it. You can get some great taco meat with this thing. So, it's just shaped like an X. It's on a little handle. Nifty, right? Alright, now I'm going to trade that for a spoon. Not a slotted spoon, just a regular spoon. Alright, bell peppers are chopped. I'm going to go ahead and slice my poblanos in half. I'm going to get rid of the stems. Don't touch this with your bare hands because then you'll rub your eyes or your hands will actually sting later. They are spicy. We're going to leave the seeds in. We're going to take the seeds out. Well, most of them anyway. And there I go touching the dang pepper with my hands. Okay. Whatever. I usually wear gloves while I'm messing with these things, but not today. Okay, all the peppers are done. Okay, my meat looks like it's pretty cooked. This is what it looks like. I don't know if you can see that or not, but it's really nice. I'll bring it over here and show you. This is what's going on in the pot. These are my chopped peppers. It would be nice if I had a cameraman, huh? But I don't, so we're winging it. Doing what we can. All right. Throwing the poblanos in. Throwing in the bell peppers. Okay. Gotta get my can opener. And wash my tomato. I know the easiest way to cut a tomato is with a serrated knife, but don't want to dirty another knife. So here you have it. Just kind of slicing them roughly. And there you have it. Alright, opening my rotel. I'm assuming I'll leave the liquid in it. Why not, right? It's tomato flavored. My black beans have a pop top. Usually rinse the black beans, so since that is my pot of food, I'm going to rinse these real quick. If you don't have a lot of space in your kitchen, these are amazing. They expand. Got them at Amazon. Best and best vinegar. Well, besides my knives, of course. So we're going to rinse those right after we stir down. That's really hot. Yo! There's just a tiny piece too. Good gads. I'm going to stir our peppers down in there. This is going to be a spicy goulash. Okay, beans. Make sure I get all the beans out of the pan. Everybody's dripping me a bean. Rinsed. Okay, now Steve says 1 quart of V8, but since I have 2 quarts of spicy V8, I'm going to use half. We're gonna eyeball it. That's about a quart. Says to bring this to a simmer. That'll also help cook down those peppers a little bit. Okay. Now I'm going to deviate from the recipe just a hair. So this says add the V8, then add the elbow macaroni. I'm going to hold off on that until right before we eat. So I will be back with you guys around that time. This is going to have time to sit and really get happy. Salt. I gotta wash the salt off. Yeah, I'm drying this really well. The last thing you want in your salt is moisture. Ugh. Then you have a big salt cake. So I will dry it with my towel, then I will actually leave it to air dry for a few minutes before I put it back on the container. No, I do not put rice in my salt. I know that's a thing. But I'm not going to do it, damn it. Okay. It says cumin. Guessing maybe half of what I have left. That's probably about a tablespoon. Mm. Okay. About a tablespoon. Like I said, there's no measurements on it, just stuff, so I'm winging it. Put some garlic in there. Love fresh garlic. It would be so good. Yeah, that was a lot of garlic. Probably a teaspoon, a full teaspoon. Mmm, that smells so good right now. And before I add the pasta, I will actually taste this and adjust the seasoning. So I'm going to add my rotel. I'm going to add my chicken broth. Like I said, about half of this. Which is about 2 cups, or 16 ounces. I think it's about a can. I'm going to add my salsa, which is a medium paste pecani sauce, actually. Not really so much a salsa. Kind of feel like I've put all the ingredients for a salsa in here already. It seems like it would be really good though, so we shall see. Scoop in my tomatoes. Probably from touching the poblanos. Interesting, huh? Alright, gonna add the few good glugs of Worcestershire sauce. Make sure you shake it before you do it because it all tends to settle on the bottom. I'm just gonna kind of dab that around the top. Alright, so I'm leaving my spices out. This is trash. I'm going to throw the beans in. They will absorb a little bit of the water too. And then bring this up to a simmer over medium-low heat, maybe even low heat. Because like I said, I'm always splashing myself. That really hurt. Like I said, this will not get its pasta until right before we're ready for dinner, and it's only 4:30. But it will give these flavors kind of a chance to come together and get happy. I'm just going to pop the lid on it. Turn it to like 1. I'm using a cooktop, so 1. And then I will be back with you guys after that. Hi. Okay, so take a look inside this pot. Look at all that yumminess in there. Now, as you can see, there's a lot of goodness going on in there. Now I am going to taste it. I have these little tasting spoons. Let me grab some of that out of there. If you're not tasting your food, you're not seasoning your food properly. It definitely needs more salt. I'm going to grab my kosher salt. I'm actually going to add about 2 teaspoons of that because it needs some salt. And the cumin's kind of getting lost too, so I'm going to throw a bit more of that in there. Probably just about the tablespoon that I have left. A little more garlic. I do love garlic. And about as much pepper. That's about a teaspoon of pepper. Alright, now we're going to give it a stir. I have let this cook on low. I'm going to increase the heat a little bit so that it comes back up to a boil. I need this to be just a little too salty because I'm putting pasta in the water. And it's going to eat up some of that salt. So my spoon. Oh damn, that's good. And whoo, it's got a nice kick to it. Could even use a touch more salt. I know, sounds crazy, but it is what it is. We're going to add just a little bit more. Another teaspoon. So I guess it was about a tablespoon and a third. Good thing I have more cumin in the cabinet, huh? Okay. Stir that salt in. Open my pasta. Look at me, double fisted it. Okay. It said 2 cups. It's about a half a box. Turn the heat down a smidge and pop the lid on because it's boiling. Now it'll be about 20 minutes till the pasta cooks and that'll be done. So I guess I will see you guys in about 20 minutes. Guys, it is done and it looks so good. I have turned my stove eye off. Look at that, yummy. So here we go. I plan to serve this with some dinner yeast rolls I made yesterday. I'm just going to spoon a little bit into a bowl and pop over there. There we go. Alright, got some goulash in the bowl. Kind of cooling it off, it's really hot. It smells like cumin, garlic, peppers. Look at those peppers in there. Don't they look awesome? The tomatoes give it that freshness. You can taste those beans. It has a real southern Tex-Mex type flair. It's very good. A lot of you guys call this American chop suey. Either way, it's delicious. And it's not as spicy as I thought it would be at first. Probably should have added that can of chipotle peppers in my pantry. Maybe a little cayenne. And a spicy V8 gives it a good kick. All in all, you guys should try this. It's excellent. Thank you for the recipe, Steve, and see you guys next time.